Hello everybody, what is up, Prof here? As you can see, today we got ourselves two new unboxings. This time we got Hashirama Senju and of course Madara Uchiha. So these ones are two ones I found over at Ross that were pretty cool, and of course they're part of the Vibration Stars line, so of course I had to get them because this line usually tends to be pretty nicely detailed. And it's funny because originally I only found the Madara and I think I found a Itachi somewhere too, so I was like, alright, I'll just get these two. Then for some reason I happened to go look back a second time and I spotted the Hashirama, because basically the two sides of the boxes look pretty similar, but it's only because I slightly spotted the picture on the other side way in the back of the shelf that I even spotted this one. So of course these two make a pretty awesome pair to put together. So we're going to do our usual. Go ahead, take a look around the box, unbox it, put the figure together, and we'll see how they look. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so here we got our two figures right here. First off, we got Madara Uchiha. As you can see, definitely has a freaking pretty awesome pose to him. Of course, on the side, we got our two figures that we have in this line, which are basically just the A and the B and everything. So yeah, these are the ones that I kept seeing the side of the box. I thought they're all Madara until I spotted one that actually shows the picture of what figure it is on this side. So definitely super cool. I did notice that some of the figures, for whatever weird reason, they had the regular $19.99 ones, but these ones are like $20.99, which is weird because they're kind of just trying to creep it up by like $1, even though I mean still these are usually about $25 to $35 online depending on where you look. So I guess it's still technically cheaper, but yeah. And of course on the back of the box we got our usual just text and all that. So yeah, this side is just their close-up of the figure. And of course we got Hashirama, and it's cool because he has his whole sage art going on the front of the face. And yeah, like I said, these are definitely two pretty cool figures from the Vibration Stars line to pair together and everything. So of course we have his close-up on the side, and we got the same picture as the other one right here and everything. So first I guess we'll go ahead and do Madara. So yeah, of course we have our usual three things of tape up here, so we'll go ahead and get those cut real quick and see how many pieces he comes in. Like I said, I think I've seen one store, and of course we got our usual QR codes, which I did actually use and go to, and yeah, and it just pretty much goes to the Japanese sites where you can see more of the figurines and everything. But yeah, so let's go ahead and see. I've seen one of these live in the store and looks like a pretty cool figure. So go ahead, just set that to the side, and of course we got our good amount of plastic. Alright, so looks like it comes in mostly, what, five or so pieces. So go ahead and start over here. So yeah, of course we got his legs and all that with the pegs. We got what looks to be his main body. Of course we got some bubble wrap. Let me get that off real quick. Alright, and there we go. And right off the bat, I noticed it looks super cool. If you can spot it, his armor actually has this cool kind of like sheen to it. So actually super cool. I like the detail on that. Like I said, this line usually tends to have some cool little details they put in there. So definitely pretty awesome. But let's go ahead and get the rest of his pieces, because I'm assuming this next part is going to be his head. But yeah, he has like a lot of hair in this one. So let me go ahead and get this off of him real fast. Alright, and of course, so here we got his face right here, if we can focus in. So definitely super cool. So the hair has a lot of nice detail to it and everything, so definitely pretty awesome. But let's go ahead and we'll get, I think he has one more piece that kind of, I'm assuming goes on his front. It looks like it's a little piece that kind of snaps right in right there and everything, so definitely pretty cool. And of course, we have a stand, which this one's just the normal. Actually, this one's like more of a glossy instead of the matte finish they usually have. But let's go ahead and get him put together. Got the waist part that just slides in pretty easily. Of course, his head snap should go right in. Alright, there we go. I just had to kind of position it a little bit, and that extra piece we had right here basically just kind of fits right in here. So there we go. We have the kind of effect of all the flaps kind of going upwards and everything. So definitely super cool looking. Then of course we just have to go ahead and put him on his stand right here. Alright, yeah, I had it on the opposite way, but as you can see, definitely looks super cool. Like I said, this is a pretty badass looking figure, especially for like 20 bucks, not too bad. And like I said, a lot of the effects on there look pretty detailed, and even like I said, the sheen on the armor is super nice. So like I said, yeah, definitely a super cool figure. And especially, yeah, that we got both the Hashirama and freaking Madara together. So yeah, pretty freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and we'll get our secondary box right here with Hashirama. So of course, yeah, the same like the other one, we got our 3 things of tape. I'm curious if he'll have a lot of pieces as well. Yeah, the other one's like 4 to 5 pieces, I think. But yeah, we got our usual QR codes. Of course, we'll set the box to the side. This one I don't think is as much. Yeah, his is actually only like 3 pieces, so that's actually not too crazy. Go ahead and start off with that. Yeah, so as you can see, this one definitely looks super cool in the detail. This one's armor's a little different. He actually has more of a matte finish to the armor compared to the other ones, but definitely super cool. And of course you can see his Sage Art mode in the face. Definitely looks super freaking cool. And this is, yeah, when they use the reanimation jutsu to bring them all back to life. So of course we'll put that to the side, get his bottom half out. Of course you see the legs look pretty good. Like I said, we got more of the armor. And like I said, you can see kind of like the cool, if it wants to focus, the cool little battle damage that it has right here. You can see like the little slices in the armor, so definitely super cool. And then of course, put him together. That just goes in like so, and this one's actually fairly easy assembly right there, as you can see. But yeah, super cool looking figure. Then of course we'll get his stand out of there. I'm assuming his will probably, actually no, this one's, yeah, still kind of glossy, but I feel like it's more of a semi-gloss versus the other one that was full glossy, so kind of definitely cool to see some of the differences between these figures. Let's see if I can get the right pegs on the first try. It does not look like it, so it looks like we gotta flip it around, put the pegs in like so, and like bam. So yeah, super cool. Like I said, these ones are always have a lot of cool action poses when they do release these. And honestly, pretty cool one to find over here at Ross. And of course, as you can see, these would be cool ones that actually have kind of pose like this. But yeah, super cool ones that actually have together like that. Like I said, I just got lucky that I happened to find him kind of hiding in the back of the shelf. But like I said, like usual, another pretty cool Ross finds. I haven't seen these ones at too many, only kind of in Escondido and the San Diego location. So like I said, pretty happy with these. Alright folks, so that's about it for this video. Like I said, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you happen to find any cool Ross finds recently that you picked up, let me know in the comment section below. Because yeah, Ross can kind of be a hit and miss. Either you find a Ross that has some really good selection, or sometimes I come across a Ross that just has everything cleaned out and they maybe have like 1 or 2 One Piece figures. Like the common one I think right now is the Zolo figure from One Piece, where it's kind of like a pencil holder where he's over the cross and everything. So that one seems to be a common one I see right now, but I got lucky in Escondido that they had one that seemed pretty decent little selection in there. But yeah, all in all, if you guys are interested in stuff on this channel, like unboxings, let's plays, sometimes we do reviews on like tech stuff, but if that's any stuff that interests you, consider subscribing to the channel. But as always, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.